Welcome back. Look what's running. Stay tuned. So, as you can see, underneath the truck is all sorts of wet. So the fuel line actually broke. So I only had about a gallon and a half maybe in there. So it's actually gonna let it run and get all that out of there and drip what it drips. Because I'm gonna pull the tank, do new lines. So we'll do new fuel lines and some other stuff. And we're gonna pull the transmission and get it driving. Well, we'll have to put a new transmission in first, but got another surprise for you guys. Yeah, it's a minivan. Who doesn't like a sweet ass minivan? So we got to do some repairs to it, and that coolant Y right there, it's actually broke, so we're gonna have to replace that. And then the starter down that way in no man's land is bad, so we're gonna have to do that. And then one other thing, the electronic power lift hatch is bad, so we're gonna have to do one of those too. So we're gonna work on getting all this stuff done. Today, all we're gonna be able to do is this coolant Y. I'll at least take it off anyway. I don't know if we'll put a new one in yet. We'll get that done. And I'm gonna remove that power lift latch as well. But other than that, I'll get to work on this, and we'll update you as we go. Well, here we 2012 Caravan with the 3.6. So somewhere back in this area, this bad boy's leaking. So we're gonna try to get it started so I can fill it up with coolant and see where it's coming from. But back in the back is where the starter is, so we're gonna jack this thing up so I can get underneath of it, and I'm gonna try to tap it on the old starter just to get it going, to get it off the side of the road. So we'll see what we can do. I'll be back. Okay, I was wrong, like typical. The starter is up in there. I can't get it to focus. But hang on. So right here is the exhaust manifold, well, the cat. And then up in there, you can just see it barely right on the other side of this. So that's gonna suck to replace. Looks like you pull this cross member that goes back there, and you pull the motor mount, and then maybe you can get to it. I'm gonna tink on it and see if I can't get this stupid thing to start, because I am not changing that on the side of the road. So I'm gonna work on that, and I'll be right back. So I got that stupid Y thing out of there, but it's in like 27 pieces because that thing sucks. So I did get it out, but I cut it in half, and I cut it again, and then it just started crumpling apart. And the clamps that they use are these stupid little plastic things that are molded onto the rubber hose. So yeah, that was a pain in the ass. So I don't have the new part yet for that, so not worried about it right now. I'm gonna work on getting this motor out. So it looks like, nope, not a bolt. So it looks like I have these three. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on getting that out. And I'll kill you, wasp. Get out of my garage, you little bastard. Go away. I'm gonna work on getting that out, and then maybe I'll work on the starter a little bit too. I did get that down, which that was easy, but yeah. So I did cut that out, so I am going to grind these guys off. And some down there, because we're going to redo something there. I don't know what yet, but we're going to put something else up. And then I need to get new shocks. There's a cross member I cut up. So I'm going to work on getting that latch out of there, and I'll be back. I'll show you the progress we make anyway. So I'm going to get working on this, and I'll be back. Okay, welcome back. It's another day. More healthy drinking. It's lime, maybe. I don't know. I don't care. So back to this van. This is a nice little kit you can buy to fix the crappy plastic things that are in these things. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on back over that way, and then we're going to drain the oil. I don't have any with me today, so we're not going to put any in, but I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. And then we still need to worry about the starter, but I did get that out. I'll show you what all I had to do. It's really not that bad. Let me grab my creeper, hang on. So if you listen to the book, the manual, that says, hey, why don't you pull your exhaust down, pull that passenger CV axle down. Well, that's just dumb. So there's this not control arm, but this cross member that goes from here back to that little divot area, and it's held on by a bunch of 16mm bolts. You get that out, and then you have your motor mount that bolts right here. So you have that bolt, then there's a bolt above that little eyelet, and there's a bolt there. Those are all 16mm also. And then you have just two bolts. Those first two, top one you don't need to take out. I did because I wasn't sure. So those first two, they're 16mm also, or 15. Those ones are 15. Pull those two out, and then you just have a clip-on wire and your main positive. And you kind of have to wiggle it out. It's a pain in the butt to get it out of this little area, but just push it back as far as you can, and she'll come out. So now we're going to drain the oil, and that's right there, the drain plug. And then the filter is up top. So your filter's right there. It's a cartridge filter. It's not a spin-on. So go ahead and take that out. I think it's a 15/16 nut on top, and we'll get that out of there. But I'm going to go ahead and put these in, and I'll be right back and I'll show you the finished product. And that's how that goes in there. Just a little Y adapter. There's another one right there. These clamps, they're molded on there. Pain in the ass to get off. We didn't replace that one because it doesn't seem bad. So once you get that done, throw this back in there, and then throw this guy back on there. This one right there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, we got that all buttoned back up. So we just have to grab our electrical connector and plug it back into our brake booster, our vacuum line there, and that part's done. We can go ahead and put our battery tray back in, but we're going to wait till we get our starter in. So I'm going to go ahead and drain this oil, and honestly, we won't finish this video tonight. It's kind of been a few day process, so we're going to go ahead and stop it for the night. I will show you we're gonna see if we can't buff some of that out. You know, obviously the rust is gonna be there, but a lot of this should buff out. So we're gonna use some chemical guys, optical grade hybrid compound on it. Try that first, and then if that gets most of that out of there, then we'll go ahead and polish it up, and we're actually gonna do the whole car. That way it all looks nice and shines back up. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this oil drained, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Welcome back. So it's another day, and we're gonna do this oil change quick. So if you go to CarQuest, this is the filter you need for a 2012 Dodge Grand Caravan with the 3.6. And then you need 6 quarts of conventional 530. We just came in a kit, so that's what we're using. So I'm going to go ahead and put this filter. So that side goes down into the cap, and then you see that O-ring right there. Filter comes with the new one. Make sure to put it on there. I'm going to do this and I'll be right back. And just because this is a canister filter, you still need to oil your O-ring just like you would on any normal filter. So in order to get this in there, oh my god, it doesn't fit. That is in the way. So you just pick up on this and you can maneuver your filter cartridge in there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. So now is a good time to check your air filter should you need one. Ours is fine, so we're not changing it. So I'm going to go ahead and dump the oil in now, and I'm going to start with 5.5 quarts. Once I get the starter in, then I'm going to run it a little bit, and I will continue adding should I need to. So I'm going to put some oil in and I'll be right back. Make sure when you tighten your filter cap, it is just a fiber composite material. Do not over torque it. Just tighten it down till it stops, and just a little bit farther. Not much more than that. So while that oil drains in there, I got the Ryobi polisher with the yellow pad and optical grade hybrid compound. So we're going to try this quick. I'm just going to put a little bit onto the pad itself. If I can get it out of my little jug. So not a whole lot, just a little. And we're going to see what we can't do here. I'll be right back. And so there's the difference after just a few minutes. Obviously we'll work on that a little bit more. Those white marks will come out, but most of that won't. But there's a significant difference once you're done doing just a little bit of compound. But unfortunately, with the use of cordless tools, and frankly, I'm kind of tired, I'm going to clean up and go in. It looks like our oil is finished draining, so that's where we're going to end for the time being. Sorry, you got my fat roll. So I'm going to go ahead and button this up for now, but like, subscribe, comment, ask questions, share us, and yeah, just follow along, guys. Deuces.